and I are having a
Craft
craft off.
Oh, I like it.
There you go.
Craft off.
Welcome to the Northern Mids podcast. We're two friends in fibre who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. My name is Jocelyn. My co-host is
Diana.
I'm told it's episode 264, and with the weather in Winnipeg living up to the nickname Winterpeg, we're going to do a podcast. It is a Monday recording, not a Sunday recording, so it's an afternoon, which is odd. Diana's got the day off. We're enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
But that means I can talk about all the things I did on Sunday.
Wild.
Why?
I got an extra day of crafting, which helped only a little.
I got donuts, which helped a
My
lot.
family's visiting. All of them, all at once. There are 5 people in my house right now, and I don't know what to do with myself. There's just people everywhere all the time.
I'm going to luxuriate in my apartment where it's just me and the cat.
I'm gonna be a little bit jealous. Although it is nice being able to go, hey, who wants to play a board game? And somebody wants to play a board game. So
That's fine.
That's okay.
That's fine. So while Diana tells everyone what we're going to cover this week, I'm going to take a sip of tea. Oddly enough, if you game for 8 hours, your throat's sore the next day.
Whoa, wild. This week we've got What's in Our Cup, Cool Threads, Yarn on the Go, Woolly Workings, Wool Gathering, Kniterature. Do we decide if Craft Off was its own thing? I don't know.
Well, it's the once a month we're doing during the lives, so it'll be in Wool Gathering because it's only going to be on lives.
Okay, it's a subcategory.
Subcategory. Did I tell you about my spinning? I did some spinning.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Well, I know that you did some spinning. That's the
fair.
extent of my knowledge on the subject.
That's fair. We're going to talk about it momentarily. Cool beans. Well, we'll start with what's in our cup, and I have some Good Earth Moroccan mint tea. It's a green tea from Good Earth, which is something I ordered off the Grade A. I like it. I like it more than I like their turmeric ginger tea.
Nice. As I mentioned, there are a lot of people in my house, so it's apple brandy for me. We went to the farmer's market on Saturday, and there was a new to me distillery, local distillery, and they had an assortment of stuff, and they were giving away samples. It was nice. So I got some apple brandy, and it's going down way too easy, given that I have not had dinner yet. So if I'm slurring in about half an hour, I do apologize.
Of course. Weirdo.
It's nice. Everything's good.
Everything's good?
So chill.
That was you whacking the microphone, and we haven't even
was,
made it
yeah.
past.
I didn't even whack it hard. I just got my finger stuck in the hole. The little pinchy part that holds the microphone in place. I just got my finger stuck in there.
We haven't even made it to what we're working on yet. This is not a good sign.
No, I know.
This is not a good sign.
Oh, cool threads, first of all.
Well, Winnipeg decided, the province of Manitoba, Western Manitoba got it way harder than Winnipeg did, by the way. Way harder.
I've heard some wild reports of what's going on in Manitoba right now.
Stop hitting the microphone.
I'm sorry. Here, it's farther away now.
That's twice. People listen to this on headphones.
I'm so sorry.
We're not going to let you drink apple brandy ever again.
No, I'm just going to preemptively farther away there.
Yeah, a lot of underpasses in the city have been flooded. That is how much water we got in the last few days.
I heard the perimeter got closed and everything.
Oh yeah, there were huge chunks of the number 1 highway west of us, Neepawa area, like a lot of areas got full on shut down because of the ice, snow, sleet, rain. All 4 have been occurring since like Friday.
We had summer yesterday, so...
Well, we were minus 16 this morning with a high of minus 6 is our daytime high today. Somewhere in like minus 6, minus 4 Winnipeg. Now, it's been mostly rain in Winnipeg, but our ground is still frozen. So there's nowhere for the moisture to go.
Flooding.
Everything's just flooding. So we went from
that's awful.
Probably no flood if the weather holds to the weather not holding till possibly a flood like 97.
That's gross. That's too many double crochets in that cluster. But
it's
that's
too
gross.
many double crochets in that cluster.
Yeah.
That is gross. You don't want too many double crochets in your crochet cluster.
That would be gross too.
It's fine because it meant I could wear my cool threads. I could put my woolies back on because wool is great in wet weather.
Yeah, I don't have any threads because it's been like spring.
You need to finish your cotton stuff, like that cotton crop top you wanted to make.
No, it's time for that.
Time for that. I wore my mellow cardigan to play Path to Glory yesterday and took my Find Your Fade with me because I figured I'd need it on the way home, and boy, I was right, I did. Cooled right down. Go figure.
Yeah, it does that when the sun goes down.
Mm-hmm. So I did that. So I did have some cool threads this week. Ta-da! Nice. I also have yarn on the go. For
folks who might not know, do you want to tell people what Path to Glory is?
Path to Glory is a game out of Games Workshops. So it is a little tiny toy army game. Specifically, it's to the fantasy side of Warhammer. And I play an army called Nighthaunts. So I play ghosts with swords. And I have a black coach, which is horse-drawn, and it's a hearse. That's, if that helps you with the theme.
Very Halloween. Wow.
Very Halloween. I'm very happy.
So Halloween.
And the mysterious Mr. B thought that I needed sound effects for my army. So when he was helping me move my models, they all had their own individual sound effects.
That's amazing.
Like, I don't want to get up to go around the table to be on the side of the table where you are. Can you just move me into combat, please? It's like a 3-inch movement on the board. Can you I want to be in combat. I want as many as in there. Like we all do, so it's fine. So he's moving them and he's like, woo, ah. And I'm like, my ghosts have sound effects now? He's like, yes. I'm like, oh no.
Do the different units have different sound effects?
Kind of, yeah. He was experimenting with different noises to see what sounds they would make that would feel right. I'm like, yeah, well, there's banshees. Have fun screaming.
Screaming into battle.
Yeah. It's my life, guys. I choose to spend time with these people.
All very strange. Very strange people.
They're delightful. All right. So there you go. An explanation and some cool threads.
All right. Which segues nicely into Yarn on the Go.
Well, we had breaks at Warhammer for the Path to Glory because it was 8 hours of gaming. We were there for 8 hours. We took a lunch break. We took a lunch break. So I worked on my Woodrow sweater while we sat around eating and taking a few minutes after dinner to relax between games.
Gaming so hard you need a food break. That's a solid gaming day.
It's a solid gaming day. So tired when we got home. So tired.
Oh yeah.
We were all like children. We're like, we're going to bed. When we're done, the youngest of us is 26 and I'm the oldest of 39. I'm like, quick, how old am I? We're all like, we're going to bed. When we get home, we're putting on our pajamas and we're calling it. We're done.
Just face plant, yeah. Shoes off, face
too
plant.
Old for this. Then we were like, yeah, we'll do it again next month. It's fine. It was fun. It was good.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yep. So that was, Yarn on the Go and cool threads. Done. Woo. Next.
I had some Yarn on the Go.
Woohoo!
Yesterday, in aid of my family's visiting, and my brother lives in Toronto and I live in Waterloo, packed the parents into the car and drove out to Toronto to go collect my brother, they're now all here. But before we, turned around and came back, we went and sat in a park and ate some sandwiches, and I worked on one of my crochet sweaters for a bit.
Oh, well, shall we talk about things we worked on?
Yeah, I have 3 things and you have 4, I believe.
Yep. We'll talk about the thing I'm working on while we podcast record as I shift because I still haven't made a cushion for my posterior of this chair. In my coffee shop bag that Diana bought me from Dragon Fiber Bags.
I believe it's Dragon Fiber Bags.
Hang on, there's the camera.
Yeah. Dragon Fiber Bags, yes.
There's a tag. It's a nice quilted zip bag. I fit a whole sweater in here. Because of course I do.
How.
I have one skein I haven't caked up, half a cake, from my first sleeve of the ball currently attached to my body. So it's holding roughly three balls of yarn, 2 balls of yarn, and a bit, and a sweater. Skills?
I don't know how you do that, because I've got a similarly sized bag and it does not fit all that.
No?
No.
Okay. I don't know what you're doing to your bags.
Not creating extra pocket dimensions, apparently.
Well, that seems like a waste. A waste, I tell you. For the podcast anniversary, which has been extended to the end of the month, so I have a week left.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. No, I might. I have a check on the Thursday after, so maybe not. I have a lot of sweater knitting to do this week, apparently. My Woodwows, out of some fantastic Northern Cardinal Soft Club yarn from the wonderful Erin, who was at a fibre festival yesterday.
Ooh.
Sunday? I think it was Sunday, yeah, because there was the one out in BC. No, Alberta?
Edmonton?
It was a fibre fest out in Edmonton's in May. I'm with Erin.
Right, you're going to that one.
Yeah, I'm going to that one. There was another one. I think it might have been Northern BC or something. Anyway, she's out there doing that. It sounded like a good deal of fun. So I'm hoping she had a good time. I have now finished my first sleeve.
Woo!
It is not finished to pattern.
How is it different from the pattern?
It looks like a sleeve. Has you do 3 inches, then a thing, then 3 additional inches, so you can fold your sleeve back on itself for extra squishy sleeveness. Now, I hate ribbing.
Right.
I was still tempted because extra squishy sleeveness, especially around your wrists. How nice would that be? I didn't, because I'm not sure I have enough yardage. This sleeve, which already has a small 15-gram mini in there, because I took for the first ball of yarn, I started at the top and I did the first ball of yarn without alternating anything on hand-dyed yarn, knowing that once I'd split for the sleeves, I would want to alternate early before the end of the ball so that I would have some of ball 1 to start the top of my sleeve with, to alternate into ball 2, just so that I don't have any color differential going on.
Right.
These were all dyed in the same dye pot, like they were in the same dye pot. I'm still doing this because that is what you should do, and it's a good habit to maintain. But even with that, I ate a little over 50 grams of yarn to get a sleeve my length, plus about 15 grams of a mini. So a sleeve for me in fingering weight is about 65 to 70 grams. With the first section of 3-inch cuff. Cool. I don't have the body done. I'm not even close to having the body done. I'm only 6 inches into the body, and I need to have 23 inches of body, 22 inches of body minimum.
And a whole other sleeve.
And a whole other sleeve still. So I couldn't risk not having enough yarn to finish the body.
Yeah.
Whereas a complete sleeve is a complete sleeve. And if I have enough, I can unpick my bind off and do more cuff. So that's a thing I can do later. So I'm not super worried about that. But I have been making some progress.
It looks amazing. I love that so much, and I kind of want one now.
So good. I'm so excited. I want to get through the body to the point where, because I have the other half of ball 2 that I used on the sleeve. So I would like to use up ball 3, alternate into ball 2, and then I'm going to pick up my second sleeve and do my second sleeve when my body's pretty much complete, or hopefully complete, or I'm at the point where I just need to do ribbing in ball 4, and then I can just do ribbing in ball 4, and then I can do the sleeve, and then I know for sure I have enough to do the full 6 inches of 1x1 twisted rib that the pattern calls for the sleeve.
That's a lot. Like, I don't even mind ribbing, and that's still a lot.
And I don't like ribbing, so I understand what I'm committing to. So, but it depends. It just depends on how I'm doing for time and for yardage. So because I know my yardage is pretty tight on this one, and I hate the idea of playing yarn chicken, I am absolutely just going to pause the sleeve I can already hear Erin now. Jocelyn, I would just die here more. I know, but I'm trying to not have to ask because you are busy, lady. You are busy. You have a company to run. There are other things to do, and I want more yarn and other colors. So I need those first. So I'm going to
just color block at the last like 6 inches of just a totally different color.
Well, I'm technically right now, when I put the sleeve on, I'm just at my wrist. I'm just where my wrist and my hand meet. So just at the end of my wrist. So once I block, it's going to block longer because this is a super wash, right? So like I'm going to get some stretch on it, which is what I want. So there we are. I have a sleeve and I'm making my way down the body. So this is going to be my in-round plain. Walked into it. In my round plain knitting, don't be sorry. And I've got to get to the end of the body in a couple of days. So that might not happen. We'll have to wait and see on that one because, oh man, so much knitting. I have check-in knitting to finish, guys. And that's also not an insignificant amount still. And there's race knitting happening soon. So much going on. All right, do you need me to do another one or is it your go?
I can go, I think. Was that your first thing? I don't know.
That was my first thing.
I don't know. I can do a thing.
Sure. Julie, do the thing.
Julie, do the thing. I, as we are recording, am working on my Granny Square cocoon cardigan. I have this much of my second ball left. So I'm almost done the body because when I'm out of this yarn, I'm going to finish that round with my third ball and be done the body because it's about the right size. So let me just back up here so I can fit it all in frame because this is big. It's big.
It's supposed to be big.
It's a bit big. So it's great. I thought it might have been big enough earlier last week. So I actually like put it on and got the Clover clippy stitch markers and did all the clippies and everything. And it could have been okay, but like really should just finish the ball.
Yeah. I've been there.
So now it's like it's truly at my elbow now.
Excellent.
So now it is truly long enough.
Yeah.
Where's my other corner? Yeah. So to demonstrate how a square becomes a sweater, in case anybody's really curious. No, don't knock that on the floor.
My posterior is going numb.
So square.
Yes.
And then you take the bottom corners and you'll attach it to your top corner. And then make this into a seam. And then voila, it's a sweater. And optional edging and additional sleeve.
Oh, that's gonna look so good when you're done with your edging.
Yeah, so I have a whole third ball to do as much edging as I want, which honestly is probably not gonna be much.
No, I mean, once you do the official seaming, do a wash and block. Because that's gonna give you a nice final drape. And then you'll know for sure when you put it on at that point where it's gonna sit and what kind of edging you're looking for.
Yeah. So it's this is gonna be great. This is gonna be perfect for this sort of like 15 degrees for a high kind of weather. So it's like it's warm, but it's not super warm. Don't get stuck on my watch, please. I almost pulled out a stitch. So this is gonna be 2 and a bit Cairn cakes in blackberry souffle. All the purples and reds and it's kind of a brown. This is like a really dark purple. It's kind of a brown, but it's purples and reds and.
Do you know where that will be excellent to wear? The Manitoba Fibre Festival, because it's warm in the building, but it's kind of cool outside.
Yes, that sort of thing where you can put it on and just be like, floof, floof. Okay, now I'm cold again.
Yep.
Hair. Get off.
Everywhere, all the time. It never ends.
I've got so much hair crocheted into this thing, I realized. I was trying to pull it out and I couldn't, and I just had more and more hair ends. Yep. They're just in there. My DNA is just in the sweater. It's just how it is. Yep. It's how it is.
It is the unavoidable consequence to having hair.
To having hair, yes.
To having hair.
It gets in things.
It gets in things.
It does do that.
It does. All right. That's exciting. I did a little bit of crochet work this weekend. And by a little bit, I mean literally while I was waiting to record today. I have started a Marvel movie rewatch, and I'm doing it based off of a list of recommended view type. So, when should you watch the movies and in what order? So they're not all chronological, because they put Captain America, the first Avenger, at the start of the list, because time-wise it takes place first in the universe, but movie chronology-wise it's a later movie. So we got that one first, which makes sense to me because he is considered the first Avenger.
Mm-hmm.
I can get behind that. That makes total sense. I've already forgotten what the second one is. I have to go watch. I saved the list so I could go back to the list. So I'm watching the Marvel movie universe in a recommended viewing order, which means I have watched all of it when I'm done. I might not watch Moon Knight, but that's because I don't really like Moon Knight. I never have, so I don't know if I'm going to watch that one yet or not. We shall see. And then I can say I have done them all in recommended viewing order, which means I'm committing to watch Spider-Man. Can't believe I'm committed to watch Spider-Man. Whatever, we're there, I've committed. Not all of them, just the ones that fit into this current Marvel Universe scheme. So, done. We have begun. There's like 20, 30 movies in this franchise.
Yeah, and they're all like 3 or 4 hours long. Like, you've committed.
I mean, honestly, that's an episode of Critical Role.
Well, yes, but still, that's a commitment. That's still like 30 episodes of Critical Role. That's not insignificant.
It's not. So we will see how that goes. But while I'm watching it, I craft because, well, I've seen these before. This is my front panel, my super front drapey panel for the Weekend Love Tunic.
I like that. It looks nice.
It's literally
so springy.
It's 2 rectangles sewn up the side to armhole spaces and then sewn across the top for a boat neck drapey 80s style slouchy top you wear over a tank top.
It's gonna be really fun.
It's gonna be so much fun. Like right now it's a head wrap.
Perfect. You're a Marvel hero now.
Could be. I'm blind. Maybe that's my special power. So exactly. This is a very simple free pattern. It's a 2-row repeat. 1 row is treble crochets, 1 row is half double crochets. And I make these wonderful window boxes and I have to make 40 of them. Well, last week I made 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And today I've made 1, 2, 3. I'm working on my 4th one. So will I do a lot of work on it this week? Probably not, because apparently I'm going to try to finish a sweater this week. So we'll see how that goes. I'm using some Karen Cake cotton yarn that I received from the lovely Susanna and my 5mm crochet hook. The pattern is written for a DK weight yarn. I'm using a worsted weight yarn, so I went up a hook size to get the drape I wanted, and I adjusted my numbers to fit the large size. According to, everybody say it with me, a gauge swatch.
Gauge swatches are liars, just for the people in the audience who are shouting that at the screen right now.
Super fair, super fair.
I know there's at least one of you.
So I was doing a little bit of that while I was watching Captain America, the First Avenger. Origin story.
I didn't mind the Captain America movies.
They're okay.
How many of those have I seen? I don't even know.
I think there's 3 of them.
So Captain the America, origin story.
There's Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's
that
a third
stuff
one.
With Bucky.
Yeah, I think there's a 3rd one. I don't know. It gets a vague, which is why I'm rewatching them, because I stopped watching anything other than the Avengers plotline. And I was like, I should really fill those gaps in so that when
I
the
just
new
gave
movies,
up on the entire universe.
When the new movies come out, and we have like the 2nd generation of Marvel Super Avengers, right? I can continue on with the bits that I like because I'll have a solid foundation to function from, because they are different from the comics. So knowing the differences between the movie verse and the comic verse are going to be helpful so I don't get as confused.
Well, the comics have a multiverse, and I think there may be multiversing the movie universe.
Yes. Like there's so much going on. It's a complicated, hot, garbagey fireball of a mess, and I love it.
So yeah, I've just given up on following anything. So at this point, it's I will go see it if the trailer looks good. Otherwise, I don't care.
Fair. All right. In which case, you're up.
I'm up. Oh dear. Okay. Panic. I was wildly unprepared for some reason. No.
Wildly unprepared.
So yesterday I was working on the Crochet Funfetti Bomber cardigan by Crochet with Carrie. It's a free pattern. Yeah. So I finished sleeve the first.
Yes.
So there's a whole sleeve.
Okay.
And I where's the other piece? Hang on. I started sleeve the second, so I've finished the increases and I just have to go back and forth and back and forth.
Good.
And that is in addition to the back panel and the 2 front panels. So the sleeve is the last piece. And then I just have to seam it together and do the borders.
Yeah. Edgings,
yes, sorry.
That's okay.
But it's gonna be cozy. I don't quite know how long the sleeve's gonna wind up being. I just made sure it was definitely long enough.
Okay.
Lean there. So like it's definitely long enough. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like a drop shoulder cardigan, so
yeah,
it's definitely long enough. And then they made it so that it I made the sleeve slightly less baggy. I made it so that it was going to be a little bit tighter in the cuff because I like a nice tight cuff. And then I didn't increase quite as much as I was supposed to because I don't need quite that much sleeve. Like 10 inches of positive ease was a little bit much. So
I feel like you walking around in clothing for my dad.
Yeah, I'm not small enough and cute enough to do the 10 inches of positive ease and actually look cute.
I'm not sure 10 inches of positive ease really looks cute on many people other than one specific body type.
It's the sort of cute that's like kid wearing their parents' clothing kind of cute.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean,
and I'm not that kind of smaller cute.
If you do like the 4 to 8 inches positive ease, then it's just got this nice stripe to it, which looks good on more body types.
That's what I'm aiming for.
That looks better on more body types. But once you get to that 10 plus range, the point is to be shapeless. So it seems redundant to say it looks shapeless because, that's what it's going for. Yeah.
Stick that back in its hole. So this is my second. I think this is only my second bottle. Whoa. Ball, cake, Karen chunky cake. I think Brandy just kicked in just now, right there.
I'm sorry, please continue. Don't mind me.
Ball of Karen chunky cakes. And I was instructed in how to pronounce this. I have been saying it wrong. Dulce de leche. I didn't write it down. Dulce de leche. Yeah. Dulce de leche, apparently. So it's creams and browns and a bit of gray. And none of these stripes anywhere on this thing are going to line up, and that is just fine by me. It's supposed to look like I'm wearing a giant cozy blanket because look at this texture. It's just it's a free pattern, so I can talk about it. It's just half double crochets and slip stitches, and it's just so squishy. It's got
it's a beautiful texture. I love it so much.
It's like
so much.
It's almost like a variation on waffle stitch. Like it's got that same level of texture almost.
Yeah.
Like it's done completely differently, but it like feels sort of like that. It's so nice. I like it.
So exciting.
It's so squishy. It's so squishy. Like look how thick this is.
I kind of just want to make it in a blanket.
I feel like this is going to be my go-to around the house cardigan because it will be like wearing a blanket.
It's like my moon bow cardigan. I wear it all the time.
Yeah, because it'll like not really go with anything, and I feel like it'll be a bit baggy to be leaving a bit baggy and mismatched with all the stripes to be leaving the house in. But I feel like it's going to be the perfect like get out of bed, put on a sweater kind of thing.
Yeah.
when you're not quite awake yet, I think it's gonna be perfect for that. So soft, so
agree.
squishy.
Oh, I can't wait for that to be finished to see it. Oh, it's gonna be so good. So good.
That was the thing that went on a field trip to the park yesterday.
Oh, lovely.
It went in the branded podcast bag. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
don't forget to note.
Yeah, made us branded swag. We should be using it.
Yeah. I still love this pocket.
It's a really
great,
cute
by the way.
pocket.
It fits keys and a wallet and all the crochet hooks you need for a project.
Crazy lady.
Available at northernknitspodcast.myshopify.com.
It's true. She made a store, guys. You can get mugs.
Mugs and bags, and I never did finish the water bottles. I should do that.
Friendly ergonomic pillows.
Friendly ergonomic pillows. Very important.
That I really love. It's like my favorite thing we've made is that friendly ergonomic pillow.
Also mine. Like it's like nicely decorative, but also it's like weirdly comfy.
Just
like
the perfect freaking pillow.
That's why it's the friendly ergonomic pillow.
Yeah, totally worth it. All right. In which case, that means I'm next, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to talk about my sock. So while I was editing the podcast last week, I needed something to work on that I could just quickly put down. And sitting at my computer is my pick up, put down knitting, which is my stripy sock. Not a ton more in the way of progress, but I am just about ready for my heel. Just about ready for my heel.
Ooh.
So this is obviously
so
inside out because we're currently working on it. So the sock will look like this when I'm wearing it.
That's so great. I'm going to make a stripy sock one day.
The stripes continue and it's quite enjoyable. So I'm getting excited because I'm almost at 10 inches. So I have a 10-inch foot. So I continue to slowly make progress. These are only going to be shorty socks. So thankfully I don't have many rounds to go after that. The longest part of the sock is almost over. This is sock 1. So I have to make sock 2 when I'm finished. And that is super okay. I'm making this out of 4 minis of Fireweed Fiber Co's yarn, 2 oranges for my toes and my heels, and 2 pinks for the stripes. And I'm using one of the Sock Club colorways from this year from Star Trek as the main body color. And I believe it is the Empress. Don't quote me. I have lost my ball band. And I'm making them
I don't know. I can't help you, but it's the pretty one with the pink mini.
It's the pretty one. With
they're all the pretty one, but the with the pink mini.
Your sales pitches are just I don't even know how to describe
as opposed
them.
to the pretty one with the not pink mini.
Yes. Yes. Hey, I have April's yarn.
Jealous.
Do you have April yet?
April's yarn yet. I don't have April yet.
Well, we'll have to talk about it tomorrow or next Sunday because it'll be the first of the month and you'll have it then. It'll have arrived by then. Probably. Unless you did you should put it in the mail. So yeah, you should have it shortly. So that's a thing. People
have been busy, weather's been happening. It gets here when it gets here. I'm not worried about it. It will get here.
So much weather. All right. That's my third project.
All right. My third project is also a sock. It is also my pick up, put down knitting that lives by the computer.
Mm-hmm.
This is my Reps and Rest sock by Nikki Knits. Ooh, let's get it closer. Focus on the texture. I can't see. Come on, focus on the. There we go. Look at that texture. I think I might make these. I was gonna make these full-length socks, but you know what? I think I'm gonna make these shorties because we're going in that part of the year where you don't really necessarily need a tall sock, and I actually don't have any short hand knit socks.
I have very few pairs of short knit hand knit socks, and considering that I love to wear short socks, I like shorty socks. I just need to make more. That seems
like an oversight.
I need to make more.
So if I'm going to just make these short socks, I might be able to just plop a cuff on these and call it done then and do a second sock.
Put it on first.
That's a good call. I'll do that now. Because I'm first. Like literally while recording having this thought. So.
Yes. Yeah, put it on now because that'll tell you if it's tall enough for what you want, because your idea of a shorty sock and someone else's idea of a shorty sock might be entirely different
Might be
lengths.
slightly different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because my shorty socks tend to be a touch tall for a short sock. And I do that because I don't like having a sock too close to my heel, because I don't care what sock it is, it will not stay on your feet when you put it in and out of a shoe.
Good call.
Yeah.
I think
And
I
for
could do
me, that's
a
not
couple
okay.
more pattern repeats.
Yeah.
Well, and the cuff is like an inch long, so.
You have a measuring tape, my dear.
I'm eyeballing with my fingers just now. So,
Okay.
Okay. Let me lean my chair back and then I can
stick your foot up.
Yeah. So like, I think that might be about the right size.
You're about there, yeah. I'd say maybe like one more repeat, maybe.
Yeah. One or two, and then a cuff, and then I think it's good to go.
Yeah.
And they're going to be shorty socks.
Done.
I have decided this.
Right now.
Right now. Well, a minute ago.
Yay for me influencing.
You're having such great ideas today.
Tomorrow does not bode well. Does not bode well.
I'm just in a very copycat mood.
No tomorrow. Okay. No tomorrow ideas. No ideas tomorrow. That's it. You get them all today.
So that's happening out of a cake of Manos de Uruguay, Alegria. Alegria?
It's Alegria.
Alegria?
Yeah, I like to pronounce it Alegria.
In pastel tiza. I believe I looked it up and that was how it was pronounced.
I don't know.
T-I-Z-A, pastel. I don't know. It's like purple and lavender and blue. It's lovely. It textures well. And if I'm doing shorty socks, I'm going to have like a solid mini of this left over. And I'm really excited to add that to, I could put that in my garter marler sweater. That would match nicely. Okay, that's the plan.
Good plan. Good plan.
Pair of shorty socks and the rest can go into my sweater.
Good talk.
Good talk.
Good talk.
Good plans. I'm so excited. It looks great. Okay. And then, yeah, I'm excited about it.
When you do the second sock, it won't feel like you have as much sock to make because you're only making shorties.
Yeah.
Oh, such a good idea.
This project just got so much closer to done. I love it. I love these choices.
Glad to be of assistance.
Yeah. Well, this is great because I haven't been working on it very much. It's because I've been like, ooh, crochet. But then my crochet wasn't within reach and I was in a meeting and I needed something and it was here on my desk where, the pickup projects go.
Yes.
So I think it got like 4 rounds.
Whatever.
But I touched it, therefore it counts.
It counts.
And I made decisions about where it's going. So there, put that back
done
in its home.
Done. All right. Well, I've got one thing left to talk about. And that's my spinning. I did some spinning.
I'm excited to see the spinning. I don't remember what you were spinning.
Well, Louise and I had a mid-month motivation last Thursday. So we talked about spinning because I wasn't going to spill the beans on any of my practice stuff, like any of my secret knitting stuff, but we could do a mid-month motivation. So what I did is I shoved some bumps of fiber literally into, so there's a dress dummy right there. Like I put my hand out all the way I can touch her stuffed cleavage because I absolutely put an old bra on her and I absolutely stuffed it for the right dimensions because I bought for my rib cage, right? So in the coat pockets of the coat that lives on this dress dummy, I shoved my fiber that I wanted to work on.
Sure, that makes perfect sense.
If I leave it down, Phaedra will play with it. So in the coat pockets, it's up out of cat curiosity zone.
Right.
But it's within reach when I just want to do a bit of drop spinning. Perfect.
Okay.
I pre-drafted some of it off and I started spinning.
Ooh. Oh, I love that. I love that so much.
Yeah. So it's just nothing fancy. I'm just doing some drop spinning. I am working on my art yarn technique, which means I am parking my spinning. So rather than drop spinning and standing, I am sitting and drop spinning, and I am twisting up the yarn, but when I'm ready to let the twist travel up the fiber to make yarn, I park my drop spindle between my knees, and then I pull it up for the draft. This gives me a little more control, and it means I can work on being consistently inconsistent. Whereas when I'm on the wheel, I'm working on being consistent all the way through, because it never stops. So you're constantly drafting instead of drafting and stopping. So I'm working on trying to see if that separation will let me make art yarn after I've become consistent without causing too much brain pan problems.
Okay.
Because I like art yarn. I like knitting in art yarn. I like using art yarn. So I want to keep making it. So that is what I'm doing. Will it work? I don't know. We'll find out. Who knows? Turns out me and Louise, who don't spin very often, can talk for like 2 hours.
Holy.
About it with people. I literally had to go, no, I have to go to the bathroom, and then I gotta get ready for Critical Role. We've been here for an hour and 40 minutes. Like, I need to get ready for the next thing tonight for me.
I finished my second ball. Oh no.
Gotta go find your third ball. Go find your third ball.
I put it away in the closet. What did I do that for? My parents came over, so I cleaned up and I put my yarn away.
Time for a cut.
Okay. Well, it's fine. I've got socks. I can work on my socks that I just talked about. I got socks. Just gotta put this down somewhere. Okay. Carry on.
So we gotta find a way to just with the microphone. There's gotta be a way.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even notice this time.
I don't even know how you're hitting it, because mine is so far away from me.
Well, because I don't talk as loud as you do, so I have mine closer, because I just sound so quiet otherwise.
There's our problem.
I know. I'm a problem. Put it even farther away. I am a problem. I acknowledge this. I acknowledge my problematic self.
Whatever. I'm done. I am done. We're good. That's all the crafting stuff I have. So you're up.
Yeah, that's all the crafting stuff I have. So it's time for, it's time for the weekly unscripted Patreon ad.
They didn't give me a word. They said they had words. They said they had words, but never actually gave me a word to pick to go for. So you're off the hook this week.
Do I not have to do a word?
You don't have to do a word this week.
Oh, wow. Okay. Jubilation.
Nice callback.
I did such a bad job of it last week.
It was hilarious. It was so good. I mean, now that means there's going to be so many private messages in my email box, in my DM boxes and stuff, with people giving me words for you. Won't be a problem again after this. But I said I wouldn't remind them. I stuck to it.
Okay. Well, if for some reason you would like to financially support these shenanigans, I don't know why I'm trying to start around and do this at the same time. This was like a poor decision. If you'd like to financially support these shenanigans, you may do so at northernknitspodcast.com. No, that's wrong. Patreon.com/northernknitspodcast. Yep. Patreon.com/northernknitspodcast. Any level of support gets you access to our patron-only Discord server, where we are active at all hours of the day and the night, or everybody else is, and I lurk, and then somebody pings me and says, you should make this, and I go, yes, I should, and then maybe I do. Frequently I do. And then frequently I just agree to do things like randomly work words into Patreon ads at random because it sounded like fun. I don't know. We enable each other. Yeah. It's a good time.
It is a good time.
Oh, and Jocelyn does gaming.
Why not?
Jocelyn will pop into the video chat and just hang out and play Stardew Valley.
Yeah. Most afternoons I do it. Not every afternoon.
I occasionally pop in and play. Once I popped in and played Fortnite. I feel like Stardew Valley is a better fit for our community. I just really wanted to play Fortnite.
No, trust me, hearing that chicken sing the national anthem, or what was singing your death, it was knolling your death toll as you ran around carrying this chicken. Oh, yeah. Battle theme music.
Yeah, it was great. It's Battle Chicken. I don't know why there's that. It's weird. Anyway, what else happens? There's weekly Experimental Tuesday blog posts. Yep. We trade weeks, so it's bi-weekly from my perspective.
Yes.
Where we cook something experimental and blog about it.
Yep.
I wonder if I'm supposed to put one up tomorrow. I actually don't know.
I think I'm tomorrow. I'm not looking at my calendar, but I think I'm tomorrow.
I have to consult my calendar and figure out what I'm doing.
Yeah. So that's a thing that we do. We also have things that are run that are strictly Patreon members only. In this case, it is the yearly Advent calendar. As a heads up to all Patreon members, that's going to go up in the Discord chat threads here in the next week or so, because we've now almost reached May, which means it's time to start planning and pulling names so that we've got time to do the crafting, or more accurately, so I can laugh at everybody when they run out of time and haven't done the crafting.
You start thinking about Christmas in May, you might actually have enough time to do all the things that you want to do for Christmas.
Well, we tried starting it in July and that wasn't enough time for us. So let's start even earlier. Yeah.
May it is. We've recovered from last Christmas. Let's do next Christmas now.
Mostly because it's background. It's like who wants to enter, and then that goes up and stays live for like 3 or 4 weeks, so people have time to think about whether or not they want to join. And then we pull and draw names, and then the stuff starts happening.
Yeah.
So
that should be enough time. I might
I'm hoping
be able to get stuff done.
I'm hoping that helps ease people's stress about it. Super fun, super excited to do it again this year, but I think it'll be better if we can give people just a little bit more time to function with it. So that is going on. Patreon members also get all of our bonus content first, so they see everything before everybody else does, and they can directly message us
also
with things,
that, yes,
like patterns or yarns or hey, are you gaming today requests.
Gotta find those walnuts.
I need to find those walnuts because I need to get that stuff done. And I have found over 50 walnuts on that one farm at Ginger Island, and I need 100 walnuts to get into the shop. But I have a trading post now. The farm is up and running. The Paradise Bird. You've missed so much. We've been busy working with meetings and stuff. You're going to have to tune in one afternoon.
Gosh darn, work actually making me work.
Lots going on. Yeah. I love Stardew Valley. I've had the game for years. I love playing it. It's just very relaxing. So I have no problems making that my afternoon break. No problems whatsoever.
It's a good time. I do like joining when I can.
So that's totally a thing.
Oh, we also have the quarterly movie days now.
We do, yes. Next one's next month.
Next one is next month. It's on Saturday, May the 14th at noon Manitoba time.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think that's all the Patreon stuff. No, the e-knit-ins for the higher tier patrons. That happens monthly. The next one of those is on Saturday, May the 21st, noon Manitoba time.
Yep. Super good.
So much stuff happening next month.
Oh,
our next live episode is next Sunday, May the 1st.
Which is literally next Sunday. It's like literally the Sunday coming up from your guys' perspective.
Yeah, it's like right there.
Right there. You know what that means? We should do some YouTube gaming the following Wednesday.
Ooh, yeah.
I like how that works.
That sounds good.
That's good. In addition to the monthly live, we're going to start craft racing. What did I decide to call it? Race off. Craft off? Race craft? Craft off.
Racecraft is also pretty good. But I think we landed on craft off.
Craft off. You should have seen us thinking of that one. In fact, if you watched the intro, you did watch us both staring off into space. You
literally saw us stare blankly into space
while we were trying to think of words.
Those are our thinking faces.
Those are our thinking faces. Guys, Diana and I are going to secret craft off against each other. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
We are going to, and in fact, you will have already seen on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook polls from both of us. So you guys get to choose between one of two options on what you think we should secretly craft for a month, and see which one of us gets farther in our projects. So whips count, crafts that are not knitting or crochet count, so sewing, cross stitch, that sort of idea. So it is to encourage both of us to A, get more stuff done.
Finishing things? Whoa, what's that? That's a foreign concept.
Oh God. B, start things, because we love a good startitis. And C, really just to make fun of each other in the way that we do as friends, and see if we can friendly compete against each other.
I suspect I will lose fairly often.
Well, it's not really going to so much, it's just, did you make your race goal on time, right? So like you can pick smaller goals. I'll pick larger goals because it just makes sense given how much crafting time we have. So a lot of mine are going to be probably new starts because that adds extra difficulty for me, which levels the playing field for you.
Yeah, I'm going for finishes because deadlines is about the only way I'm going to get through the bin this.
Yeah, whereas I like the idea of doing that, but making mine new starts because I've got an FO finish off with myself versus Louise every month. So I have to add new starts in, and I wanted to make it fair because I can craft more than you. I just have more time to do it. So it made sense for me to make my challenges a bit harder to level that playing field up a little, given that you just have less time.
I appreciate the handicap.
Yeah, it's common. I mean, if you need me to put up those bumper rails for you, I'll put up those bumper rails. That's not an issue.
It is appreciated.
So hopefully you guys have voted. If you've not voted, go check out Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. And yes, if you want to vote across all three platforms, you absolutely can vote across all three platforms. We don't care. Go to town. Go to town. The voting will stay open until Saturday night before the Sunday live. Because if we're honest, both me and Diana get up Sunday, run around like chickens with our heads cut off, madly getting ready to be live on time. Then we're live. There's no time Sunday to check. There's no time Sunday to check. I even started a few hours earlier. There's no time Sunday to check. But Saturday night check and count, totally can do that. Totally can do that. So hopefully you guys have voted for mine and for Diana's. And we're going to show you guys here what we're going to put up on the polls. Because from our perspective, it's Monday. So like my poll goes up after this.
Yep. And mine goes up tomorrow, which is yesterday.
Yes, because time. I'm falling out of my chair.
Why are you falling out of your chair? It's like the most leany back chair.
I leaned it forward. It's also meant to sort of assist you out of the chair. When you lean forward, it's meant to help you go. You know what rocking chairs do. Don't drop stitches.
Don't drop the stitch. Oh no, and now I haven't split the stitch. I fixed it. I fixed the stitch. I caught it. We're good. Everything's fine. Carry on.
I can go back to what I was talking about. Excellent.
Everybody had to panic with me. I had to share it.
That's fair. The two options for me are going to be it's called a scrap buster purse, which is a knitted purse of scraps. And boy, do I have scraps. And a cotton sun hat.
Ooh.
Because neither of them are large projects, so together they make a decent goal for me for a month. Because I want a crocheted sun hat. It also requires a trip to my mom's craft box because she's got different gauges wire so that we can make that brim nice and stiff. So I can have a nice stiff brim. Or option 2 is going to be making me start my cross stitch kit.
Oh, I get to vote in this, right?
Of course.
Oh man, I know I was saying sun hat earlier, but
so
cross stitch.
It's going to be a sun hat and purse or cross stitch because the sun hat and purse are equal to difficulty and time spent as the cross stitch would be for me, and they're new starts, so that gives you the best bet with whips.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are going to be the polls that you guys, those will be the 2 items you can pick from, and you can find those polls and places on things of the social medias. Of the media, of the social. Things, what are our options?
Things, yeah, the options are this bag of crochet squares last year when I had startitis and started a crochet sweater. And I crocheted all these squares
And
then
away.
didn't finish. So one option will be to sew all these squares together and then finish the edging. So I have a crocheted sweater that I started last year.
Okay, tempting. That could have my vote. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna reserve till I see option 2.
The other thing is, like 2 years ago at this point, I started spinning all of this Polwarth on my e-spinner.
God, I remember that.
Yeah, so I would like to do more of that because I haven't done very much, and it's fun and I like it, and it's purple and blue and I like it and I want to do more of it. So spin all the singles and ideally ply all the singles and put it into a final skein, or finish a crochet sweater.
Oh, that's also a hard choice. Okay, I'm gonna have to think about it before I vote. I have to think about it before I vote. Bonuses,
spin,
guys.
Plied, skeined, or sew all the squares and the edgings and have a finished cardigan. The
bonus is you and I have personal Instagram accounts, so we can actually just get on our personal Instagram accounts and vote on the podcast one.
If I have multiple personal
oh my lord
accounts...
Yes, but there will be some finger shaking because I will know you have done it.
Okay.
So hopefully you guys are excited as we are, because I'm so stoked. I love challenge knitting against you. And I mean, you totally won on the 8-bit sweater because you finished it before I did.
I did. Mm-hmm. I'm very honestly quite shocked, because I think you were sitting closer to done than I was for a long time.
Yeah.
And then I had that deadline and I went whoosh.
And done, yeah.
So apparently a kick in the pants is what I need on occasion.
We are more than happy to do that for you.
So I'm gonna get through this whip bin. It's gonna happen. Stuff's gonna happen.
It bugs you, so let's help you get through it. Yeah. Oh man,
because it got so hard.
The spinning could encourage more spinning.
Exactly, because I've got so much gorgeous fiber out there. Like I've got some with silk. I've got a pink and gray and black with silk staring at me that I really want to spin, and I don't have anything to spin it on because my drop spindle has silk and my e-spinner has Polwarth, and so I need to finish one of those things, and I'm not feeling the drop spinning at the moment. That's fair.
That's super fair.
So it's a lot of fiber. Like I did the silk on the drop spindle because there was like 20 grams of it, versus, a 100? Whole thing of roving, however much it was. I don't even know.
Oh, so good. Okay, yeah, I gotta think about it. I mean, obviously everyone else is gonna know because I'm already gonna have voted already, but that's fine. I don't know yet. Future me can make that decision. Sweet. That's so exciting. So yes, you guys will find out on the first Sunday of the month when we are live what our new race challenge is going to be, and then you get to hear nothing about it until the following live, where we will compare and see who won. That includes each other, by the way, guys. We're not allowed to talk about it.
Secret crafting.
Secret
crafting. Craft off.
What else we got coming up? Oh, I've got a check-in with Louise coming up.
Oh, yes.
On the 5th?
5th. Yeah, that's what I wrote down. I checked a calendar when I wrote these notes.
I pulled that from my memory thinking, it's got to be close.
I mean, you could do the math from the 1st, but
why?
Looking at a calendar is easier.
So that is check in with Louise on her channel, which is Wildflower Wool. That'll be at 6:30 Manitoba time, 7:30 Ontario time, and it usually goes for about an hour and a half to almost 2 hours, because I tend to run away at 8:30 hard my time because Critical Role happens 30 minutes later.
Makes sense.
So that's a thing. So I think that's it for us for lives and extras and stuff for a bit. The prizing and drawing for the podcast anniversary will happen after Sunday the 1st, because we're not closing the threads till Monday morning. We're gonna give people the whole weekend to finish things off and get them in for the podcast anniversary. Some people work during the week. most people work during the week, if we're honest. So let's give them to the end of the weekend.
On the podcast anniversary, hey?
Probably a good idea. It's done next week.
Yeah. Give myself an extra month. You'd think I could maybe have got that done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
We'll see. So that's a thing. So we'll draw prizes for that on Monday, and then we'll announce the winners and stuff on the following Wednesday podcast for everybody. So the wonderful Asa, who is my delightful moderator, and Miss Sherry will help me close the threads, collect the names, and then I will do the prize drawings for that. We are currently running the Austerical. All the rules for that can be found on our show notes page, which is www.northernknitspodcast.com. Diana kindly links these things for you guys in the show notes, because boy, am I glad to not have to explain the rules every week now. All of the rules are there. Yeah.
It just is knit something spring themed that isn't baby clothes.
Pretty much. I haven't said no to anything. I said yes to socks. I said yes to bunny stuffies. I've said yes to, done.
For further details, check out the link in the show notes.
All the details, including the hashtags to use. And this is important, guys. If you don't use the hashtag, we don't count it as an entry. So if you want
invisible to us.
Well, I mean, yes and no. If you want to just post it and tag us because you finished a thing and you want to show it off, but you don't want it entered, don't use the hashtag and we won't count it. Because some people, like me, I like to participate in CALs, but even in ones I'm not running, I don't like entering for prizes because that's not why I'm participating. But I do want to share what I've done. So I think that'll be a good way of doing it. So we don't really use Ravelry, so your entries have to be on Instagram or in the Facebook group, mostly because that's where we are. If you don't use Facebook or Instagram, you can email me a picture of your finished item, and that would also count as an entry. And our email is northernknitspodcast@gmail.com. It's a thing. So having said that, hopefully everyone's spring crafting is coming along lovely, whether the weather is or not. That's neither here nor there. As long as the crafting is going well. Manitoba. Oh yeah, it's been a spring, and that's fine. So there we go. That's all our wool gathering.
All right, and it's just time for Kniterature. It's time for books.
Time for books. And some tea. No, really, I chatted and talked to Miguel and discussed Warhammer for 8 hours yesterday.
I believe it. I'm tired just thinking about that.
My throat's a little sore.
I bet.
And then we came home back to the apartment, and Mr. B talked about his campaign for a while because I'm helping with his world building. So then I did like 2 hours of D&D talk on top. I need a
My throat hurts just thinking about that. That's
it's a lot. It's a lot. That's fine. I love doing it, so I don't mind in the slightest.
Like I can already feel like my throat is tired just from having people around that I have to talk to all the time. Like I can feel that I'm using my voice more just because people are around. Never mind 8 hours of active gaming. God, that's exhausting.
It's a lot.
It sounds really fun though. I'm a little jealous. No, not a little. I'm a lot jealous. I'm a lot jealous.
Super fair. If you ever get your freaking knits done, we could have a game.
Yeah, Chris was bugging me about that the other day too. I mean, Mr. Diana. He's been bugging me to finish some stuff so that we can play. He's been threatening to glue things together for me so that we can play.
Is that a threat or a yes, please?
I mean, I do have a box of big bugs, and I do want to put those together myself because those look real fun.
Okay, that's fair. See, I would be like,
but
absolutely.
If he wants to assemble my swarms for me, carry on. Don't let me stop you.
Yeah, horde armies is a lot of assembly.
Yeah, assembly's not my favorite part. I like the painting with the contrast paints.
Well, yeah, the next time he threatens, look at him and go, if those swarms got done, that'd be great. And then just pitch the ball right back at him and see what he does with that.
Oh, he'll put them together. He's put things together for me.
Excellent.
He'll do it.
Keeps him busy. And then you just have swarms to paint. It takes the part out you don't like.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a really good idea. I would absolutely pack a small orc army to bring to Ontario with all of my knitting to celebrate my birthday next year.
We do have a table for it and much scenery. Well, maybe not much. I don't know how much scenery we have, to be honest.
Listen, we can make scenery out of stacks of books. Does not need to be that much of a thing.
Oh, we definitely have a suitable. I'm remembering how many boxes are down there. No, we have scenery. We're good. We have scenery.
The very first Warhammer game I ever played was with Adam, his younger brother Travis, Mr. Shade, and his cousin, and we mapped out the basement floor with masking tape and used my mom's romance novels as mountains.
I love that. That's awesome.
So I know, well, terrain is lovely. Not necessary. All right. Well, in which case, let's talk books.
Talk books.
Tome Topple
You're reading
is
stuff.
The last week Tome Topple's going on is this week while we're recording. I finished The Three Musketeers by Alexander Dumas. I enjoyed it. It's a solid 3. It's a wonderful piece of classic literature. Not going to recommend it if you don't like reading the classics, because it is decidedly in a classic literal format. Go figure, it's classical literature. But that's not your thing, you will not enjoy it. You will not enjoy it. But it was a very enjoyable read, so I thoroughly liked it. And then I've started, and I'm just about done, the second book, which is House of Sky and Breath, which is book 2 of the Crescent City series by Sarah J. Maas. And yeah, like all Sarah J. Maas books, it's go, 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 go.
Yep. Yeah.
Which is wonderful. I like that style of writing too. That one might get a 4. That'll be one of those ones like I'll probably recommend in the right situation, but possibly not to everybody. So that's going on. Now, why am I not done Sky and Breath, you ask? Well, it's because I got distracted. I had Ancillary Justice pop up on my Libby app, and I went, must read, and then proceeded to devour it in about a day. Because it was as good as Dana said it was. Like it got a 5. Like it's one of those ones where I go, stop and read. Just stop and read this. You will like this on many levels. Yes, there's a science fiction element. Yes, there's an AI element. At its core, it's a beautiful story.
The sci-fi is just set dressing. It's
which is what it should be. It's a beautiful story that's just in space.
Yeah.
So it deals with some wonderful weighty topics, but it does it very conscientiously, and it does it very well balanced. Mm-hmm. So very good. I also love how, because of the nature of the character being AI, so being an artificial intelligence, it can jump from first person to third person narrative and still be talking about itself. Loved that was handled well. That's just fascinating. So good. So good.
Like, it was really well done. The whole experience of having multiple human appendages, for lack of a better term.
Yeah. That they were all and yet all separate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the problem when that is your nature and start point, like gender's irrelevant, and she, he, they came or were created for a group of people that don't do gender. So everybody's a she. If you refer to a person, it is she. If you refer to this, it's a he. So they just, doesn't matter whether your actual physical gender is male or female in the one species. They don't care. Mm-hmm. You don't have a gender if that's what you are. You are a citizen. You're either a citizen or not citizen. That's it. And then watching her, like her gender association changes depending on what they're discussing. So when they're a ship, they're a they. When they are a person, sometimes it's a she, sometimes it's a person, sometimes it's a they, sometimes am I even human? Like, am I alive? So you get all of those questions in there. So like, if you're not paying attention, you are going to struggle because it is constantly jumping around, and I loved that fluidity to it. I love that it doesn't have to be anything. I would love to
see some like concept art, like as though they were going to turn it into a show or something. I would love to see
concept art. Would be great.
Concept art for costumes and sets.
I'd hate for it to be a show because they'd ruin the book.
I don't think it would work with all the perspectives of the AI.
Oh no, they would ruin it. They they would make a romance between the two main characters. They would have ex-lovers come in. There would be a secret sibling or some crap. No, they would ruin it. Just don't.
Yeah.
Don't
but I would love to see the concept art.
That I would love to see. I would love to see them in their ship form and them in their ancillary forms, and
just like crowd shots and like the whole showdown at the end there.
Yeah, that stuff I'd love to see, but not as a show. No, I think we have proven one thing, and that's TV does not know how to do book adaptations, or movies really don't know how to do book adaptations. They have to make it fancier and bigger because we're too dumb to handle small things. So I'm done.
The same stitch. I dropped the same stitch.
You're really
like exactly the same stitch.
You're very passionate about that one stitch. You hate it. So that was good. It was a very delightful diversion, but it doesn't mean I'm not done my second book. So I don't have any other books picked out for Tome Topple, so it's just whatever catches my eye once I'm done House of Sky and Beth. So we'll see.
That's not right. I didn't pick this up properly. I'm annoyed at myself right now.
All I'm doing is knitting in the round for ages because it's fingering wet yarn.
That's all I'm doing. I'm doing the stockinette bottom of the stock, and I dropped the second to last stitch again down to the same point that I did before, which is now an extra row down.
You're having fun, are you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to talk about the books that you're reading?
Yeah. Okay. So, A Court of Wings and Ruin.
She's just such a dramatic sigh.
Yeah. I'm so annoyed. A Court of Wings and Ruin. It's the third book in the Court of Thorns and Roses series.
A lot of people call it the Court of Thorns and Roses series. That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the name of the first book. I don't actually know what the series name is. Anyway, the third book.
Yeah.
Where all the really big stuff is happening. Love that. I was blasting through it, and then my family arrived, and go figure, I haven't had a lot of time to finish it. But I have to return it to the library in 3 days. And I still have like 60% of the book. Not 60%. Sorry, I have finished 60%. I have 40% of the book left. 3 days to do it in. That's like 11 hours. And I do listen to it at 1.75 speed, but it's gonna be real tight.
You're gonna be so annoyed if you don't get it done, and you have to give that book back.
I know. Things are happening. There's betrayals and alliances and relationships, and
there's the big reveal at the big battle, and there's the drama moments. Like you have so much left to go, my dear. You're not even done. Not even done. Not even close.
Anyway, Sarah J. Maas is really fun. Do read her stuff. It's good. You just want to go.
We have a convert. It's
a good fun read.
Yeah, excellent.
And it's not super shallow either, despite being how go it is. It's not super shallow.
Which is nice. I like the weight in there. Do I think she deserves all of the hype she gets? No, but she's a very good author, so.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of hype, and like, it's not that it doesn't deserve the hype, but like,
we're getting a little excessive.
There's some excessive hype, but like, it is still, it's worth reading.
Yeah. Well, I feel the same way about Harry Potter. It's a good book series, but I don't think it's worth quite all the hype it got.
Now it's just worth like money hype.
Yeah. So that's how I feel about that. Ooh. Well, at least we know what you're working on.
Yeah. What do I even do? How do I fix this up? Pardon me while I stare intently, actually. I guess we're probably at the end, so I can just like wait till we're done.
I could do an outro. Would you like me to do an outro?
Yeah.
Well, in which case I'll say until next week. I'm Jocelyn.
I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit.
Don't forget to knit.
While you pick up that stitch, I gotta go get a donut. Because watching you is stressing me out. I need a donut.
I'm sorry for stressing you. I'm gonna fix this darn stitch.